Hi, friends. My name is Toni Cureton. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Life Skills FYI. Life Skills FYI provides a set of core adult capabilities to manage work, family, and relationships successfully. It's designed to help build the skills adults need for life. Life Skills FYI teaches skills of planning, awareness, focus, self control, and flexibility. They are daily living skills to promote successful, independent living, skills that every adult should know but were never taught in school. Life Skills FYI premieres on Thursdays at 10 a.m. on our My Virtual Academy Facebook page and on Instagram. Today, we're going to talk about how to open up a bank account, the documentation that you're going to need, the steps that it's going to take. So, if you've been thinking about opening a new checking and savings account, it doesn't matter if you're switching from one bank to another or if this is your first account ever. You may have a few questions about how to open a bank account and the required documents that you'll need to get started. For the most part, banks allow U.S. citizens and permanent residents over the age of 18 to open a bank account either in person or online. Opening a bank account, truthfully, is a relatively straightforward process, but it helps to educate yourself before beginning. And so today I want to share a few tips with you of things that you're going to need to help make your process smooth. So, banks will offer the option of opening the account in person or online. And whatever process you decide to choose, the documents that you will need is generally the same for every bank. Banks want to verify your personal information, and they may require an initial deposit of funds in the account when you open it. If you are under the age of 18, you may also be required to bring a parent or guardian to co-sign for the account. Typically, what you'll need to open the account, the documents you'll need for identification is a valid U.S. driver's license or a state ID or a military ID. You will also need to provide your social security card, your date of birth, so you need to have your birth certificate handy, and you need to provide proof of residency. So some form of mail or utility bill will suffice for that. And then some banks may require you to make an actual deposit of money in the account when you open it, and some may not. Some may allow you to make that deposit a little later on after opening the account. You'll need to check with the financial institution to find out what their requirements are before you get started. And that way, you'll have all of your information and you'll be able to streamline your opening account process. Next, banks will usually ask for two forms of personal identification. And like I said, proof of residency. So usually any U.S. government issued photo ID will be accepted. And that can include a driver's license, state ID, a passport, or military ID. These documents help the bank verify your identity and your residence in the United States. Some banks may also accept a school ID or letter of enrollment as a form of identification if you're a college or high school student and you're eligible to open up a bank account. Next, in addition to your government issued ID, banks may ask for other documents as a second form of personal identification, and that could include your social security card or your alien registration or permanent resident card. These documents add another layer of verification for the bank to prove your identity and your current place of residence, and they help safeguard you from potential identity theft. So, How much money do you need to open a bank account? Well, as I say, it will vary from bank to bank, and you'll need to check with each institution to find out specifically what their requirements are, or if they even require a deposit. But usually the amount will range anywhere from $25 to $100 once they approve your account for opening. And you'll need to make that initial deposit. Some may, I've even seen some go as high as $250, but it's not, for the most part, it's not a whole lot to start it out. Usually $25 will be sufficient. But again, it all depends upon the institution, the banking institution. So check with them to determine whether an initial deposit is even required, and if so, how much. Next, you need to choose your bank account type. Your next step in opening your bank account is to decide whether or not you need a checking account for everyday expenses or a savings account to help you build wealth, or both. Understanding the difference between a checking and savings account can help you when you choose which account will best serve you. For example, a checking account makes paying bills and everyday expenses easy, while a savings account pays you with interest and help you build wealth and grow your savings. If you're looking to build a strong financial cushion, a savings account could be ideal. But if everyday transactions are a primary concern, a checking account is likely the best option for you. Next, you need to determine whether you need an individual or a joint account. An individual account allows you to be the sole owner and the only person that can transact business within that account. A co-owned or joint account is usually done with a family member or a significant other. And while an individual account ensures autonomy, joint accounts can be beneficial for shared expenses or savings for common goals, and they offer a practical solution for managing household finances. Next, you want to complete your application. So each financial institution has its own unique account application. However, the process typically is similar throughout the banking industry. Generally, when opening an account, whether online or in person, you can expect a clear, simple form that explains each step and each line with easy to understand prompts. It is crucial to be correct with the information that you enter in, as the bank needs this information to verify your identity. So you should be able to review the application for accuracy before submitting it. So pause and ensure that all the details are correct before hitting submit if you're doing it online, or before handing it over to the bank manager. Next is to fund your account. The easiest option is often to use cash or to transfer funds from an existing account. This can be done by using the account number and routing number of the existing account. You may also be able to make a deposit using mobile deposits or an ATM. Some institutions may allow you to make a deposit using mail and using a check or money order. Again, be sure to check with the bank to confirm what your options are and what they require you to do. It may take a few days for the deposit to be processed and show up in your account as an actual account deposit. But once it does, you're all set. The new bank account is open and ready for you to start paying bills, or saving for your future, or managing your everyday spending. Regardless of how you choose to add funds to your account, it is highly important that you make sure that it remains open and active. So, some banks, if you are not actively making deposits in your account or paying bills with your account, they view that as inactive and they may close it, especially if you're not keeping funds in the account. If you don't keep money in the account, for sure, they're going to notify you to address that. So once you open it up, make sure you keep money in it. Next, you have to monitor and maintain your account. Opening a bank account may be the first step to successfully managing your finances, but it doesn't have to stop there. Be sure to make use of your bank's online platform and mobile apps for real-time access and notifications about your account. These tools allow you to easily track your expenses, pay your bills, and set up automatic deposits or payments, ensuring you stay organized and in control of your financial life. By staying engaged with your bank's digital platforms, you can stay ahead of your finances, identifying any irregularities and addressing them immediately. Now you have the tools needed to help you get started. Your step-by-step guide to open your bank account is complete. Well, friends, that is all my time for today. Thanks so much for tuning in to Life Skills FYI. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. Again, my name is Toni Cureton, and my number is 586-842-0558. That's 586-842-0558. Thanks so much again for tuning in to Life Skills FYI. We will see you next time, and always remember to adult responsibly.